Hello, everyone. When nature unleashes its fury, nothing can stand in the way of its overwhelming power. From tornadoes that rip everything apart to hailstorms that feel like the sky is unleashing its rage, each moment leaves people in shock. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where nature made your heart skip a beat? Let's dive into today's video and witness raw, breathtaking moments you won't be able to look away from. Due to prolonged heavy rainfall, a section of roadway in Lai Chau province experienced a sudden landslide. Despite the clear risk, some locals moved closer to the area to take photos and videos. Suddenly, a large rock fell from the cliff, sending everyone scrambling in panic. Fortunately, there were no serious injuries, though one person was struck by smaller debris and required medical assistance. A large hillside collapsed without warning after several days of heavy rain, while many locals stood nearby watching, unaware of the danger looming above. It wasn't until the earth came crashing down that people panicked and rushed to safety. This is a strong reminder. When nature shows signs of instability, staying too close could lead to consequences you never see coming. A giant rock suddenly cracked and crashed down just feet away from a truck parked by the roadside. Two nearby individuals had only a split second to react and run. Thankfully, both the people in the vehicle were unharmed. When traveling through rocky terrain, always stay alert. One moment of distraction can lead to serious consequences. A massive cliff face at Black's Beach suddenly collapsed, sending rocks and dust tumbling in a dramatic cloud. Heavy rain had weakened the ground beneath, making the structure unstable and prone to failure. This dramatic moment is a clear warning that nature always carries hidden surprises. Have you ever stood near a cliff and wondered if it might give way without notice? A sudden earthquake caused items in a store to crash to the floor, turning the space into chaos within seconds. People inside rushed outside, scrambling to escape in a moment that offered no time to react. This scene is a powerful reminder that disasters come without warning. Knowing basic emergency response skills can make all the difference in protecting yourself. After days of continuous rain, a hillside began to give way and collapsed right before residents' eyes. Some people stood watching, unaware of the danger, while a nearby home at the edge showed signs of instability. This is a strong warning. When nature begins to shift, the safest move is to leave the danger zone immediately. An unusually heavy rainstorm struck the hilly area of El Potrerito, triggering a landslide and sending mud flowing into the residential zones below. Over 500 residents were affected as boulders, water, and thick mud swept away structures and blocked access to the area. Once again, nature's fury reminds us of the importance of staying alert and being prepared for extreme weather changes. Prolonged heavy rain turned a small stream in Murrah into a raging torrent, flooding nearby residential areas. Within moments, the water rose rapidly, carrying mud and debris, submerging homes and throwing local life into disarray. A flash flood surged through the area, sweeping away tree trunks and rocks, leaving residents on both sides of the road watching in worry. The muddy water rose by the minute, spilling right up to doorsteps. Though no one was injured, the scene served as a wake-up call about the need for preparation and swift response in the face of nature. Fueled by Hurricane Helene, a violent tornado suddenly formed in Florida, throwing up dust, tearing off rooftops, and sending debris flying in all directions. In just seconds, the area was heavily damaged, with many properties seriously affected. The chaotic aftermath revealed the terrifying power of nature when it lashes out. In Agbur, Delta State, continuous rainfall led to severe flooding, transforming streets into fast-moving waterways. In the image, a man struggles to hold on to his motorbike as the rising current pushes against him with force. A funnel-shaped tornado suddenly appeared over a peaceful field, lifting dust and spinning upward into the clouds. From a distance, it looked like a mighty column connecting earth and sky. Though seemingly mesmerizing, it was a warning sign of chaos approaching. When nature transforms, beauty and power often arrive hand in hand, unexpected and unstoppable. A severe hailstorm pounded a residential area, leaving the ground covered in white stones. Each strike echoed loudly, shaking rooftops and backyards. The entire breathtaking moment was captured on camera, serving as a clear reminder that extreme weather can strike without warning. A massive tornado suddenly swept through the area, pulling up dust, debris, and even large objects into the sky. The ground shook as the funnel approached buildings, tearing through everything in its path. This scene was not only overwhelming, but also a haunting reminder of nature's unstoppable power. A sudden flash flood swept through, uprooting trees, logs, and even a section of road along the riverbank. The rapidly rising water sent the entire residential area into chaos. The muddy current surged at terrifying speed, swallowing everything in its path. A house had just come into view when a massive tornado tore it apart in seconds. Debris was flung into the air as if it had never existed. The destruction was so swift and brutal that viewers could only remain silent in awe of nature's unpredictable force. A violent storm suddenly swept through Myanmar on May 6, 2023, uprooting trees and tearing rooftops off like sheets of paper. Chaos erupted in an instant as powerful gusts carried dust and debris through the air, leaving destruction in their wake. As a mountainside began to collapse violently, a crowd remained in place filming and taking photos. No one backed away, and no one left. Risking your safety to capture footage can lead to devastating consequences. Nature doesn't offer second chances. Never trade safety for a moment on camera. A powerful thunderstorm swept through California, toppling trees and sending objects flying in every direction. The chaos was so intense, it left everyone stunned. With extreme weather becoming more frequent, is this nature's way of reminding us not to underestimate its power? At a quiet soccer field, a sudden tornado formed and swept away the goalpost, nearly flipping it over. The young people playing immediately panicked and fled the area within seconds. This unforgettable moment proves how quickly Mother Nature can shift from calm to chaos. A massive boulder suddenly broke loose from a mountainside, crashing down onto the road below and sending clouds of dust into the air. This is a clear warning that when nature begins to shift, the familiar can vanish in an instant. A tornado unexpectedly formed on a hillside, whipping up dirt and grass just behind a man at work. In an instant, he panicked and ran, narrowly avoiding the core of the vortex. This is a powerful reminder that nature can shift without warning at any moment. Prolonged heavy rain caused water to rush down from higher ground, carrying mud and debris into residential areas. Vehicles were swept away or left stranded in the churning flood, and several roads disappeared beneath a sea of sludge. This is a clear example of how rapid urbanization without proper drainage systems can lead to serious consequences. A large portion of a cliff suddenly collapsed, landing just a few meters from a rooftop. Massive rocks and debris tumbled down like waves, creating a chaotic and terrifying scene. This is a stark reminder that living near rocky mountainsides always carries a risk of landslides, especially after extended periods of rain. A massive chunk of ice broke off and crashed into the sea, sending large waves rippling through the frigid waters. This breathtaking moment is a stark warning about climate change. Melting ice isn't just a natural phenomenon. It reflects the consequences of human actions. It's time for all of us to take responsibility and protect our planet. A sudden hailstorm pounded a parking lot, with large hailstones falling rapidly and striking with loud, destructive force. Everything outdoors was at risk of being shattered. The sight left everyone in awe of nature's raw power. When severe weather warnings are issued, the safest choice is to stay away from open areas. Muddy floodwaters surged through a neighborhood after a heavy downpour, dragging soil and rocks in their path. A once peaceful road was now completely cut off. This is a clear reminder that nature can change everything in a matter of minutes. Powerful waves slammed repeatedly against seaside homes as high tide combined with strong winds. The scene was both majestic and alarming, a true display of nature's unpredictable force. Living by the ocean is beautiful, but it also comes with risks that shouldn't be taken lightly. A devastating flood swept through a residential area in Rwanda, submerging everything in murky water. Homes were washed away, roads vanished, and the heartbreaking scene revealed the brutal force of nature. In moments like these, nothing is more valuable than human preparedness and vigilance. A sudden hailstorm plunged an entire neighborhood into chaos. Large hailstones pounded rooftops and vehicles with deafening intensity. Nature gives no warning, which is why being prepared and finding shelter quickly is essential to protect both yourself and your belongings. If you find moments like these captivating, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss the next video.